to talk about what the mainstream, if you can call it that, the mainstream in spirituality, if you can even call it that, right? About what is known as past lives and future lives, and we'll just touch upon the fact that there are also lives in between lives. But of course, once again, we go into that in greater detail in the, I think it's, no, it's not extrasensory perception, it's in karma and reincarnation science, I think, isn't it? When we look at lives between lives? Or is it ESP?
Most probably it's karma and reincarnation.
Yeah. Hi.
No, turn it down.
Oh, turn it down. Oh, I thought you were waving to me. You just want me to turn the music down. Okay. Alright. So, yeah. What is known as past lives and future lives is actually incorrect. The reason that it is incorrect is that, in actual fact, what's going on is a past life, a future life, and the present life of the present timeline is all actually going on at the same time.
Wow.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, because she said so. Why? Why is it all going on at the same time? Spiral, yeah. Spiraling. Alright, one of the other girls, why is it going on at the same time? Why is a past life and a future life and the present life all actually going on at the same time?
Because we're multi-dimensional beings.
Because we're multi-dimensional beings, no?
It means that everything exists at the same time. That's why.
Right.
That's why in our life, when we come across a situation that is weird or it doesn't make perfect sense on what's going on, maybe the reason many times can be in a past lifetime.
Exactly, which is another time, but not technically past. The reason why we call it past, present and future lives is so that our thinking mind, our analytical brain can make sense of it. And of course you get the historical aspect, so like, if you were like sort of, you know, wearing a big puffy dress and your hair was a triangle and your boobs were up here, and it was like a bit of a Henry VIII era, as for me, yeah, then you're like, oh, that's in the past. So this is where it gets confusing. So I'm going to explain to you now in a diagram how it makes more sense that these lifetimes coexist at the same time. So let's just say, for example, here's a lifetime when I was a French madam. I've had one of those, right? Here's a lifetime where I was, I don't know, in some kind of Germany concentration camp, Galastasi. And here's one where me and Cleopatra were kind of like hanging out and stuff, you know, that's all going on. And perhaps there's a life in between life when I was somewhere on other levels of existence, sorting out what I'm going to do in the following lifetimes. Done that as well. So that's that one there. There's loads of them, but I've just said a few. They are not actually in order. They are all running at exactly the same time. Now, how can it be that they are running then all at the same time? Here's the analogy. You go out to the high street, shopping, okay? And you pass by this window, and one of these windows is Dixon's or Curry's electrical shop. Elektrolijn, stinky bro. Alright? And there's loads of TVs, okay, in the window. 10, 20 TVs. Aren't all of those activities going on at exactly the same time on each TV screen? On one there's a football match, on the other there's the breakfast show, and on the other, you know, there's a baseball match or whatever. It's all going on simultaneously, isn't it? So the one that you focus on is the one that's the live wire. That is your present lifetime. That's what it represents. Does that help you make a bit more sense of it? Yeah? So they're not in a straight line, they're just dotted here, there and everywhere, right? They're not in a straight line, whereas we think of it like that. It's nothing like that, it's like that. It's random, they're like pixelations, yeah? It's like quantum, you know. As soon as you focus on something, it becomes your reality. So what's the story with past and future lives then? Why is it that some people are so affected by that? And they're like, oh my God, you know, I swear I had this lifetime and, you know, I was a slave in this lifetime and now in this lifetime I feel like I've got these issues with slavery and they need to fix it. That's because, let's say that, I think I'll rub that out because you're going to get confused. Let's say, well, just for our viewers over there on Periscope, let's say that this is your current lifetime right there, right? And here's the slavery lifetime over here. Vaccine. And this person is having issues because of this lifetime over here. The reason why he's having issues in the now is because this one, it's still a live wire. That's why it's causing him issues. So what we need to do is go into our tools in order to neutralise the effects of that lifetime that is affecting this current one that he's experiencing right now. And that could happen even of a future lifetime. Perhaps he's picked up of a future experience. And that is affecting the now. Doesn't matter where it's come from because it's all the same. So all you're doing, it's like you are playing with an energetic or electrical switchboard to neutralise the effects of these lifetimes that are causing you problems in your now. Does that make sense? Yeah? Is it clear? So this is why in fusion we call them not past lives and future lives, we call them trans-temporal experiences, which is the correct terminology for what it is that you're dealing with. Temporal means the frontal lobe of your brain, right? So what it means is we're going beyond time. That's what trans-temporal means. It means beyond time. Okay? And so another thing that happens in fusion is that although I'm trained to do regression and progression and these kind of processes also, when we take it from the fusion perspective, what we actually do is we go to another time and place, a past trans-temporal experience, to see what's going on, to fix it. We're not going there like in regression or progression to relive the situation and take you through that experience again. Why would you want to do that anyway? You've got enough problems dealing with how it's affecting you now anyway. So why do I have to relive it in order to transform it? So what we're doing is we're basically upgrading our approach, like upgrading to a newer technology of a phone, to dealing with it in a way that is going to have as less as a negative impact on me as possible. Does that make sense? Is there anything that you don't understand about what it is that I've explained? You're all good? Toate le digan. What's the last? What did I say?
Upgrade so it's less or no impact at all.
Yeah, it's like it's a more modern way, let's say, to deal with your issues rather than going back or forward to relive something, because you observe it from the outside rather than reliving it per se. So you look at it and then you use your tools that we have to detach, to transform and reinforce. You know, is it a trauma? Is there an injury? Is there fear? Is there? You go through your list and you use your tools to transform the situation, and then you come out of it feeling good and clear in the now. So it doesn't mean that that time and place doesn't exist anymore, but it's neutralised. It's not affecting your now moment. It's not affecting your divine presence. Yeah? So now we're going to go into a trans-temporal journey to heal a specific experience. Thanks for joining. Sharing is caring, and I'll catch you later. Thanks very much. Over and out, mate.